Peace and grace to you, beloved. You are not here by accident. The timing of your arrival in this sacred space is not random, it is divine. Heaven has whispered your name into the winds of alignment. And now, this message finds you. You've been sensing something, haven't you? A subtle stirring in your spirit. A quiet pull, like a thread tugging on your soul, leading you somewhere deeper. Let that not be ignored. Because this is not just another video. This is a visitation. A divine interruption. A spiritual appointment written long ago. Heaven is speaking to you now. There's something hidden that's about to be revealed. A truth, not from this world. A truth about your soulmate. And it's going to be shown to you. This week. Yes, this week. So pause. Breathe. Let that settle in your chest. What's been blurry is about to become clear. What's been missing is preparing to arrive. You've waited long enough. Now heaven is ready to show you why. If your spirit bears witness, if something deep inside you just leaned in, type these words now in the comments. I receive. Because the moment you do, the revealing begins. Angels say, a hidden truth about your soulmate will be revealed this week. Not next year. Not someday. Not in a distant future you keep hoping for. But now. In the space you're standing in. In the season that feels confusing and quiet. Heaven has held this truth close. Not to withhold it from you, but to release it at the appointed time, when your heart could hold it. And beloved, that time has come. Your spirit already knows something is shifting. You've felt a weight in your chest for days without words to explain it. Dreams that won't leave. Conversations that echo louder than they should. A restlessness that doesn't come from fear, but from destiny. It's not your imagination. It's a message. And the angels have been preparing the atmosphere so your soul would be soft enough to receive it. The truth isn't just about them. It's about you. It's about who you've become in the waiting. It's about what had to fall away for you to see clearly. And it's about the purpose that your connection carries. Far greater than romance, far deeper than desire. There's something you're about to know. Not just feel. Something sacred. Something sealed. And heaven says it's time to unseal it. You've walked through a strange season, haven't you? A chapter where nothing made sense. Not the people who left, not the ones who stayed, not even your own heart some days. It felt like God was silent, or worse, like heaven was distant. But beloved, that was never abandonment. It was alignment. What broke apart was never meant to stay. What closed was never meant to cage you. You've questioned your worth in quiet tears. You've laid awake wondering why your love never seemed to be enough. You gave pieces of your soul to people who weren't assigned to protect them, and when they walked away, you questioned your own light. But listen, that was not rejection. It was redirection. It was a divine detour that kept your spirit from attaching to what would have delayed your promise. The heartbreak was a pruning. The confusion was a clearing. The silence was holy. Let this truth settle deep. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Isaiah 55 verses 8-9. You weren't being punished. You were being positioned. And all that pain, it was prophecy in disguise, preparing you for the revelation that's now at the door. There's a rearrangement happening, not in the natural first, but in the unseen. Heaven has been moving pieces behind the veil. What felt like delays were actually divine exchanges. God has been clearing the room of your life, not to leave it empty, but to prepare it for holy occupancy. You didn't lose them, they were removed, not because you weren't enough, but because they weren't part of the covenant. Some relationships weren't broken, they were divinely interrupted, because what you carry in your spirit is too sacred to be shared with someone unaligned. This season has been uncomfortable. Things fell apart. People faded. Familiar ground shifted beneath your feet. But hear this. Every ending was an answer. Every goodbye was an unfolding. Every detour was designed. Heaven is not only watching, it's working. There's a restructuring of your atmosphere. Rooms are being swept. Connections are being untangled. False ties are being cut. So what is true can rise. So what is yours can finally fit. Beloved, you've been asking for alignment. So don't be surprised when disconnection comes first. This is the clearing before the revealing. This is heaven making space for what was always promised to you. If you've been feeling strange things lately, you're not imagining it. There have been moments that made you pause. Names that keep resurfacing in your mind. Dreams that feel too vivid to be random. You've caught glimpses in your spirit. A face you've never seen but somehow recognize. An unexplainable pull toward a city, a word, a moment in time. Sudden peace in unexpected places. A whisper in your gut saying, "Go here, wait there." These are not coincidences. They are coordinates. Heaven is sending signs. Subtle but sure. Like breadcrumbs from the throne room. Every nudge, every flash of memory, every sudden emotion that catches you off guard. They're part of the pattern. A divine blueprint unfolding in perfect rhythm. And the reason it feels different this time is because it is. You've stepped into a space of divine readiness. You're not chasing love. You're attracting alignment. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7. And again, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Psalm 37 verse 23. This isn't random. This is orchestration. This is coordination from the courts of heaven. And beloved, your spirit already knows it. Let's pause for a moment, because even in the midst of all these signs, there's a quiet voice inside you that still wonders, is this really for me? You've looked at your past and thought, I've made too many mistakes. You've questioned your worth when others didn't choose you. You've doubted if you're even lovable anymore. Too emotional, too intense, too broken. But listen, beloved, you are not too much. You are not too far behind. You are not forgotten. You are a masterpiece still unfolding. The tears you cried in secret were not wasted. They were watering the promise. Every scar on your soul is now a doorway for light to enter. Heaven has not overlooked you. Heaven has been watching, healing, preparing. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Romans 8 verse 18. You are being restored, not just into who you were, but into who you were always meant to be. Release the lies that told you love passed you by. Silence the fear that says you'll be left out, because what's coming was always yours, and no amount of pain, delay, or imperfection can stop it. There is someone whose spirit has been stretching toward yours, even if you haven't met yet. They feel you, not in the mind, but in the soul, because what connects you isn't flesh first, it's fire, it's covenant. They are not perfect. But beloved, neither are you, and that's the beauty of it. They've walked through fire just like you. They've known rejection, confusion, waiting. They've had nights where they begged God for a glimpse of who you are, and heaven heard them. They've been refined by pain, not destroyed by it. They've been stretched by purpose, not buried by pressure. They are not arriving to complete you. They're arriving to align with you. This is not fantasy. This is fulfillment. The kind of love that's not based in impulse, but in intention. The kind that brings healing to bloodlines, not just butterflies. And when you finally see them, truly see them, you'll recognize the way their soul sounds like home. You'll feel the weight of divine timing in their eyes. You'll know, this is not just someone I desire, this is someone I was designed for. Pause and breathe. Let that settle in your chest. They are closer than you think. And heaven is not just preparing them for you. Heaven is preparing you for them. You've asked yourself, how will I know it's them? Not just someone who feels good, but the one heaven has spoken of. Beloved, when it's them, you won't feel panic. You'll feel peace. Not the kind that just calms the body, but the kind that quiets the soul. There will be a stillness, a divine silence within the noise. Not butterflies of fear, but a breath of recognition. Your spirit will whisper, "It's them," and that whisper will silence every voice of doubt. You won't have to force conversations. You won't shrink yourself to fit their comfort. You'll be seen, truly seen, and still safe. This love will come with confirmation. It will echo what heaven already told you in the secret place. Dreams, verses, synchronicities, they'll begin to align. And what you once begged for, you'll simply know. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Philippians 4 verse 7. That peace will be your marker. That presence will be your guide. And when you stand before them, it won't feel like a beginning. It will feel like a return. You won't have to chase. You won't have to beg. You'll simply receive. Because heaven will make sure you recognize what was sent from its own hands. Now pause. Let your spirit rise above the noise of doubt, fear, and delay. This is not a message to just listen to. This is a moment to respond. There is power in your agreement. There is activation in your declaration. So speak this now out loud, even if it's a whisper. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Say it again. Let the words shake the dust off your destiny. Let them open the gates wide. Because when you speak what aligns with God's will, you summon what has been waiting to arrive. Now type it boldly in the comments. I am ready for what heaven has prepared for me. Let that be your agreement. Let that be your yes. Because heaven is listening, and your spirit is responding. The shift is no longer coming. It's already in motion. Even as you read these words, timelines are being realigned. Paths are crossing in the spirit. Doors are unlocking in dimensions you cannot yet see. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking into it. You are stepping into divine sync, where delays break, and divine appointments accelerate. The things you used to chase, they are now being drawn to you, not because you've worked harder, but because you've aligned deeper. You've surrendered. You've healed. You've positioned yourself for heaven's flow. Can you feel it? Something in the atmosphere has shifted. It's not just a feeling, it's a knowing. The old resistance is lifting. The veil is thinning, and what was hidden is beginning to be revealed. There's a rhythm to your steps now. Even when you don't know the full map, you're walking to the beat of divine direction. You're not lost. You're not behind. You're exactly where heaven designed you to be. So take a deep breath. Feel the movement. Heaven is not silent. Heaven is active. And everything you've been prepared for is preparing to meet you. Now let your heart stretch a little further, because while you've been crying out to heaven, someone else has been doing the same. The person your soul is aligned with. They haven't had it easy either. They've walked through deserts of confusion, carried questions heavy with silence, and waited for a face they've only seen in prayer. They've been healing too. They've had to let go of people who didn't see them. They've had to break out of cycles they didn't choose. And in the lonely places, they whispered a name they didn't know. But somehow, they were speaking of you. They've asked God if you're real. They've wondered if they missed their chance. But heaven kept assuring them, I'm still preparing the way. Their soul longs for truth, not just touch. For a love that restores, not just excites. And when they prayed for someone who would understand the weight and wonder of their purpose, heaven thought of you. You, the one who didn't give up. You, the one who kept your heart soft despite the heartbreak. You, the one who would recognize their wounds, because you've carried your own. They've been waiting too. They've cried too. But now the wait is closing in. 2 prayers, 2 souls, 1 divine story, converging in perfect timing. Here's where heaven often surprises us, because what's coming may not arrive in the wrapping you expected. They might not be your type, but they'll be your truth. You may have imagined a certain look, a certain voice, a certain lifestyle, but God doesn't match appearances. He matches assignments. He knows what your soul needs more than your eyes do. And when this person appears, you might feel the tension between your preferences and heaven's promise. But don't be quick to dismiss what doesn't look like your list, because the package may be unfamiliar, but the presence will feel like home. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. What they carry in their heart will heal yours. What they've overcome will strengthen you. And what they speak will sound like something God already whispered to you long ago. Be open. Be discerning. And remember, heaven rarely wraps glory in glamour, but it always delivers what's real. Beloved, this connection isn't just about love. It's about legacy. Heaven didn't bring this person into your life just to satisfy loneliness. They are arriving to fulfill a divine assignment alongside you. This is more than romance. This is restoration. This is purpose unfolding in partnership. When the 2 of you unite, something larger than both of you will come alive. Dreams will unlock. Generational wounds will begin to heal. Cycles that plagued your bloodlines will break under the weight of your alignment. Together, you'll build what neither of you could birth alone. You'll speak words into the earth that heaven has been waiting for. You'll carry peace into spaces where chaos has lived too long. This is sacred. This is holy. And it's not just for the 2 of you. It's for those who will come after. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Ephesians 3 verse 20. And again, Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. Isaiah 43 verse 19. This love will shift more than your heart. It will shift your destiny. And together, you'll walk as proof that heaven writes the best stories. Now pause again. Let every word you've heard echo through your chest. You've come too far to doubt now. You've felt too much truth to turn back. It's time to declare again what you are walking into. Not with fear, but with faith. So speak this now, even if your voice trembles. I am prepared and expecting the promise of heaven. Say it slowly. Let every syllable strike the ground like a spiritual seed. Now type it boldly in the comments. Prepared and expecting. Because when you type it, you're not just engaging. You're activating. You're releasing faith into motion. You're putting a demand on heaven's timing. You're saying, I am ready to receive. Repeat it as often as your spirit needs. Prepared and expecting. Because what you are preparing for is already looking for you, and what you are expecting is already appointed to arrive. Now take a deep breath, beloved. Let the noise fade. Let the rush rest. Because here is the final truth. You are not being teased by heaven. You are being trusted. This message didn't find you by chance. It was divinely timed. And what your spirit feels right now isn't fantasy. It's confirmation. You're not chasing shadows. You're not holding on to hope in vain. What was spoken over you in secret, what your heart keeps sensing in stillness, it's real. The timing may have tested you. The waiting may have stretched you. But nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been ignored. This is already on its way to you. Heaven is not preparing you for nothing. It's preparing you for something sacred. So stand in peace. Walk in softness. Move in expectation. You don't have to know how. You just have to know who. And the one who whispered this word into your soul is also the one orchestrating every step to bring it to pass. Let this be your confirmation. Let this be your peace. Let this be your yes.